the picture and the artist if you can. You got 10 seconds, go.
What?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Who is named the artist? Team 1. Hey,
Joe, that's right.
Okay, and what's the name of the picture? That is correct. It is Vincent Van Gogh, and the picture is Starry Night. Okay, next one, ready? This is easy. Can you name the artist as well? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Team 3. Yes. Yes. Name the artist.
Why do we always have to be an artist?
Well, because that's Da Vinci. Well, why are you complaining that it's that easy? Okay? Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa. This next one is a little bit more modern. See if you guys can get this. Okay? So, name of the artist, and you don't have to name the picture, you just have to name the person in the picture. Leaders, do not participate in naming the person in this picture. Ready, set, go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Team 2, artist or the name of the person in the picture. Name. No.
Can we name another work?
Huh?
Can we name another work that this artist has done?
Okay.
Campbell's Soup logos.
Yeah, okay, they did that. Do you know the name?
Just give us the first name. First name.
A.
Oh, Andy.
Andy Warhol! Yeah! Andy Warhol is the name of the artist. And who is the person in the picture?
Oh, is he this one?
Can you tell me, leaders, you can participate in this one, who the person in this photo is? This guy's pretty old. He's actually dead. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Yeah! Nailed it! That's John Lennon. So, hey guys, check this out. Check this out. So imagine for a second, this one is probably not as valuable right here, but the ones before that, imagine if you had the original paintings, right? Think about it for a minute if you had the original. How much do you think an original Starry Night? Because there's only one original. How much money do you think it'd be worth?
About 3 billion.
At least. I would guess in the tens of millions to hundreds of millions of dollars for an original of the Mona Lisa or Starry Night by Vincent Van Gogh. Now let me ask you guys something. We see these paintings. Now, what is it that what's some of the identifying things that we can see on a painting like this that will tell us that this is the original person that did it? What's one of the markings that we can tell on a painting that will tell us that it's the original person?
Their signature.
Yeah. Okay, so you might see their signature somewhere down here, or in some of those cases, it's not necessarily going to be on it, because it's kind of a photo, but they did all sorts of interesting things with it. But now imagine if you had a Starry Night and you thought it was an original, but it didn't have the true signature from Vincent Van Gogh. How much then would it be worth? Do you think you'd get the tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars that nowhere close? You might get $1,000 though. Hey, for us, $1,000, I'm down. I could pay off tuition or for a class or something. But like the thing is there's something about the originals. That they are masterpieces with the design and the image that's put on them is from their creator himself or herself, in the case of like Frida Kahlo or some person like that. Those are the things that are painted by those people, have an image that they're wanting to portray through what is being shown. So tonight what we're going to be talking about is the Imago Dei. And what we're going to answer tonight is, what is it? Why does it matter? And how should our lives be affected? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to, in your groups, what I want you to do is team 1 over here, you're going to have Genesis 1, 26 through 27. I want you to read this, and I want you to see if you can figure out what the Imago Dei is about, and what does it say about the Imago Dei. Team 2, you're in Psalms 8, 3 through 8. And team 3, Ephesians 3, 14 through 15. I want you to think specifically about what we were talking about with the photo, the painting and signatures and stuff like that. Okay? I want you to go through them, and for the next 3 minutes, talk about it in your groups, because we're going to be using this as our small group time too, so that we can have some good discussion, and then we're going to also be doing the lesson as we go. So you guys do, and if you guys can you do the last one as well? Yeah. If you want. So 1 Corinthians 15:49 for you guys. So get in your groups, talk about it. Lena, would you lead this group right here, since there's no leader in there? And Big Easy, and Justin, and Larai, and all you guys, just lead it. You guys know how to discuss. Ready, set, go. There's any
edit it, right?
Huh?
You can edit it?
Yeah. Okay, we got like 1 more minute.
What was the third
Yeah,
question?
just go back to the previous slide.
And that's a you're just mainly talking about what modeling is and like what is the like to figure out what modeling is from and what it makes is what it's mean.
Check.
So we're the ones
All right, guys, let's come back. Let's come back. Okay. So, team 1. You guys read Genesis 1, 26 and 27, essentially? Okay, what's some of the things you got from that verse that talk about the Imago Dei? And what does that mean? And what's some of the stuff you got from your verse?
Okay, well, pretty much what we got from it is, like, God created the earth, and He created us in His image, and so it's just kind of high expectations of us.
Okay, so it specifically talks about being made in God's image. Okay, was there anything else, like, tell us what the, like, is there a function to the Imago Dei, or the image of God, in case you guys haven't got it?
Well, it sets us apart from the rest of creation. It says that we are to subdue it.
Okay,
have
good.
dominion over it.
Awesome. So there's a sense of authority that we have over the other parts of creation. Okay, team 2, what's some of the things that you got from there, from your verse in Psalms?
We kind of talked about like how God created everything, how it's all reflection, and how even though us humans were so small and significant, God still loves us and cares about us and has a personal relationship with us and how personal
Yeah, it's crazy because in that verse in Psalms, it specifically talks about, and it said, we were made just a little lower than God. And we're made in His image. And once again, did it talk about the function or the job that we have while being bearers of the image of God? What did it talk about in your guys' verse? You guys are...
He gave us dominion.
Yes, over what?
To steward what was given us.
Yeah, okay. Right on. They kind of in line with what Genesis 1 was talking about. Your verse was a little bit different. I kind of gave you guys a hard task. But I think, thinking about it from a painting standpoint, what did your guys' verse talk about?
Well, there was 2 parts. There was the first part, this is just 2 verses.
Yeah.
Like bowing the knees. For this reason, I bow the knee before the Father. And then the second part was talking about families. And honestly, we were kind of confused, but what we came up with was probably more focused on the family aspect, in that, like, we're all created the same. We're all part of one family under the image of God.
Okay, you're onto something now. If essentially when he talks about they've been given the same name, right? They've been given a similar name. Every person's been given a similar name on heaven and on earth, right? And so, what's the similarity between like a picture like Starry Night that makes it special? And what's something that, like in that verse, that makes all of humanity special in light of who, like God created them? What do you guys think? Because one of the things I was wanting to delve out of that is that we have the name that we have.
God's signature on each of them.
Yeah! Okay, that verse specifically talks about, in Ephesians 3, 14 and 15, talks specifically that we have been given a name a signature, essentially, on us as the creation of God that makes us different from the rest of creation. So, let's check this out, okay? I want to read this quote. It's from John Calvin. So it says, accordingly, by this term, image of God, is denoted the integrity with which Adam was endued when his intellect was clear, his affections subordinated to reason, all his senses duly regulated, and when he truly ascribed all of his excellence to the admirable gifts of the Maker. And though the primary seat of the divine image was in the mind and the heart, or in the soul and its power, there was no part of the body in which some rays of glory did not shine. Your guys' second verse dealt specifically with two aspects, right? What did it deal with in your guys' verse? I think it's 1 Corinthians 15:49, where it talks about we have a heavenly image and a physical image. This is all going to be technical for a minute, and we're going to get to why this is important. But what did it say in your guys' specifically in 1 Corinthians 15:49? Why don't you read it for us?
Okay. And as we have borne the image of the manifest, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Okay, we as human beings right now have borne the image of God in our physical sense. Okay, we have some type of image that we bear that's in relationship to God. Okay, now what is also there is that there at some point in time when a believer gets to heaven, we will also bear the heavenly image. Now, what this quote was saying is kind of difficult. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, now let's just I kind of broke it down. Okay, so first off, what is the image of God? First, God is the creator of each human being, and each human being bears his signature or name, giving each person eternal worth. Okay, let me say something to you really quick. Each one of you is valuable because you bear the image of God. Okay? What does that image of God mean? It means that you have intellect, reason, and morals. He's given you stewardship over the plants and the animals and all of creation, right? Some of your guys' verses talks about specifically the sheep and the oxen and the birds and the fish of the sea and all the things that pass through in the sea. Do you guys know that God gave humanity stewardship over those things? That we have a responsibility to take care of those things. Okay? So, let me go to the second one. God is our creator, and we have similarities to God without being God. We are not God. I think that kind of goes without saying, right? We're not gods. We will never be gods, unlike Mormon church will teach. Okay? They teach that you can become a god. That's not true. Okay? But here's the thing. Is that we're even different from the angels in the fact that we have a will. We can choose to do things. Can you choose or not choose, or choose to do or not do? Okay, can you choose not to obey your parents? Can you choose to obey your parents? Okay, how does that make you different from the animals?
Do they go off instinct?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, because one thing we do have is intellect, reason, and morals. We, and many people will say, well, Brolin, hold on. There's a lot of animals that are really smart. My dog can walk on his hind legs and walk around like a human being. Well, great. But it doesn't mean he can put a computer together. Okay? A dolphin might be really smart and be able to do things that are really smart. But they do not have the intellectual capacity that you do as human beings, even though evolution would like to tell you otherwise. You in no way are related to the animal kingdom as far as chimpanzees or anything like that. You are far, far more valuable than that. Okay? Here's the next one. The image of God was in its purest form in the Garden of Eden. Okay, go back to the Garden of Eden. Who knows about what happened in the Garden of Eden? Anybody? Raise your hands high so I can see them with authority. Okay, good. So, the Garden of Eden, right? God created us how? Were we sinful or perfect? Okay. When God created us, were we sinful in the garden or perfect?
Perfect.
We were first perfect. We had a perfect relationship with God. God walked with Adam and Eve, and he talked with them and gave them specific directions right from his voice. They had intimate fellowship with God. Then sin happened. And because sin came in, it tarnished something. Let me just be clear. When we talk about the image of God and what it means to us, there's some mystery to it. Let me be clear on that. But essentially what it means is that you as human beings are different from everything else in creation. Because God's given you things that only he has. Like intellect, morals, different characteristics, different emotions. While animals may portray some of those things, they don't have them like you do. You were created in the image of God. That makes you his masterpiece. When God created you, let me be very clear, he did not say, oops, with you. God never said, oops, when he created you. You are not outside of how God created you. I listened to a sermon today from Matt Chandler, and he had a couple come on who went through a crazy marriage, divorce, and then remarriage. But their daughter, her name was Lauren, she was a model. She was beautiful. She was writing her own stuff in her own magazines. People were looking at her and saying, she is the cream of the crop. And then one day, she was flying from New York back to, I think, Texas is where they were flying back to. And as she exited the plane, she walked the wrong direction and walked into the propeller. She lost her arm. She lost part of her face. Think about this. As a model, what could she have been so caught up in? The way she looked. She could have been so caught up in the fact that I am beautiful and this is the way I am supposed to be. And then God, knowing what happened, she walked the other direction, cut off part of her face. She lost an eye, she lost an arm. Now imagine you in that spot. Would you think, man, I really messed up the image of God at this point? What's wrong with her? The world could look at her and think that she is a monster. And yet, she's still in the image of God. It's so important that we get this. And that every person has this image of God. We need to get this so that when we think about other people, we're not thinking lower about them, okay? Now, because Jesus' life, death, burial, resurrection, we can have a restored relationship with God and then fully consummated when we get to heaven. We have this tarnished image right now because of sin. But you know what? The death of Jesus Christ in his life, death, burial, resurrection restored partially the relationship we had with God. We can now have a closer relationship with God. And when we get to heaven, it will be fully consummated in what is going to be a beautiful, beautiful day when he sees us as his bride. Now let me clear this up. Those who do not believe in Jesus, who have not accepted him as their Lord and Savior, are still made in the image of God. Let me get that very clear. Believers and non-believers are made in the image of God. Now the difference is, but are considered sons of disobedience and children of wrath, because their sin has not been dealt with. Let me tell you very clearly: the person that still bears the image of God, that does not believe in God yet, is in danger of eternal destruction. They still bear the image of God, but God will not tolerate anybody coming into His kingdom that is not accepting Him as their Savior. There's no way a person gets to heaven without the knowledge of who God is and how He can save. Not a single person will get there. So why does it matter? Let me first say this. The Imago Dei gives each and every one of you immeasurable worth. Let me tell you guys very clearly, all of you, you are valuable. You are valuable. You are worth being loved. You have eternal value. Okay? You were worth dying for according to the God that created you. You are worth, think about all the nasty stuff you just did in the last day. Think about the sinful life that you've lived up to this point. And you still bear the image of God. And you still are of immeasurable worth. Let me do this. This is why God calls each of us to love our neighbors and our enemies. Because they also bear the image of God. Let me read a quote to you from C.S. Lewis out of a book called The Weight of Glory. Okay? Let me read this. There are no ordinary people. You have never talked